price is going down. And you may be asking, what really is happening in the market right now? The main idea here is a correction. Fine, everyone understand that clearly. But we do have to look at history. This is a weekly chart of Bitcoin, and it clearly shows you a price structure where we are breaking to the upside, coming back, retesting that. Say this is a support. You are bouncing from here. Great. Then you have a resistance. So you are hitting that level. Either you are rejected back or you're breaking that higher. So when you break higher, you come back, retest that and bounce. So that is what you are observing here. Now that's back in 2020. Fine. Now you go look at short-term chart for Bitcoin. This is a daily chart of Bitcoin, and you're looking at a support resistance zone which the price broke. So as it pierced through, it came back, retested that range and bounced. So this is what we are getting in the market. See, right now for us, we talked about this a bit back, right? Just 2 days back, we were talking about the same, right? The market came down, fine, great. RSI broke higher, everything is looking good, but we may get this consolidation, a retest here, testing this particular range. Now, if you observe that, we have done that. Yeah, I agree. It's just 2 days and we came back. Now, we don't know whether we are going to go back the next day or today itself. We don't know. No one knows. But you can have an idea of what the market is about to do. Say, for example, this one. Say, it took a month. I agree, it took a month. We were talking about this pattern like this. Okay, fine. We're going to bounce from here and we may test this particular level of resistance because we had volume back there compared to the scenario right now. And the divergence started happening from there in MACD. Now, if you go look at the price, you get something similar. You went down first. Yeah, you reached that range and then you bounced from there. Now you are getting rejected because that's a resistance. So you're going to come back down, retest either the moving average or the base and then bounce. So if you look at all this and then come to XRP, the poor old XRP, right? It's still inside the pattern. It didn't actually break out, so there is no retest. But this is the trend line, which we are testing again and again and again. So most likely we are going to bounce. Why? Because this trend line resistance has been a support, and then this particular stuff, the moving average, is a support. So right now, this particular trend line is acting as a support. So my mistake, I think I told trend line resistance. It's trend line support. So this one should push the price higher. So if you are looking for an entry, this is one of that, because the price and the moving average with the trend line is together. Now you have decent upside there if you're a trader, but you shouldn't be going leveraged because we don't know what the crypto market is about to do, because the general market is showing you an opportunity, and we have seen multiple coins doing crazy stuff. In last 7 days, if you're observing, there are coins which looks undervalued right now. And XRP is one among them. Fundamentals are strong. Technicals are strong. What else you need, right? Then you look at other coins which have done massively and people are taking profits from those. Great. We had the call. Now we hit our target 1. We hit our target 2 in ZIL. And I'm like, okay, that was quick. Because we really thought it's going to happen maybe in a month, but that happened in a week. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where we discuss crypto and science behind investing regularly. In our videos, we discuss scenarios which can happen. And last one, similar to all of the videos, we've discussed about the scenario which kind of is happening in the market right now when you observe the price, right? So you are in the market looking at this and you're like, okay, fine. We had this doubt. Are we going to be derailed from this bull market? I explained it there, right? Now, if you are looking at that, we had the hack, 600 million, considering the $2 trillion crypto market. 600 million is not that small, but again, market will behave. So as the market behave, if you are reacting, that's fine, because this one showed you that opportunity. Now, why am I highlighting that one? Because right now, here, you have the MACD, which is about to cross to the upside. And as it crosses to the upside, you have the RSI at the resistance in a falling wedge. Falling wedge is usually a bullish pattern. So if you get this to break to the upside, that's huge. Now, we talked about this scenario here, right? I showed you this. What about this current situation? Because the current situation is like this. So if you want to compare, yes, you went high, you came back, you retested, and then you bounced. So right now, look at what's happening in the market. You went up, you broke higher, you're coming back down to retest this zone. Fine, you should retest that zone. And what do you expect? The price to bounce. So this is going to be what we are eyeing from here, right? This is your range. Now, it can be 44, it can be 43. No one knows where it's going to be, because, if you zoom in, say we can just take this one off and look at this. If you are clearly pointing to this range, that's 44 as a resistance. Great. If you're here, that's 44,200 as a resistance. Then you're looking for the supports, right? This one was supported. This one was supported. So that's 43,800. So you literally have a range from 43,500 all the way up to this range of 45,500, which has been a support in this range. So this particular correction, you're not looking for one price as a target. You're looking for a range. If you are looking for a bounce to buy in. Now, I'm not a Bitcoin bull. I don't buy this stuff. So this helps you to understand what you should be buying in the market, right? When that bounces, you're going to get a lot of opportunities here in the altcoin session. Now, we talked about this, right? A little while back, we talked about Zell, because we posted all these fundamentals for Zell, saying, okay, the price may start to shoot. At that time, it's like 10 days before, we were here. Now, we did like 400% from that. Now, the price actually went higher, and as we broke higher, I highlighted, okay, we are breaking higher. These are our targets. Now you go look at the price, and you are like, okay, we already came close to our target. And I'm highlighting, okay, wave 1, target hit for this one. Target 2, we are closing on that. So if you are in the market, you should be preparing for all this, and we help you to do that. And that's one of the reasons I try to post all these updates on a regular basis for a lot of the assets you have in your portfolio. And if you want that kind of stuff, this is the time. The wave 2 is starting, and you get a retest. That's a buying opportunity. And if you want to know which asset is good, which asset is not good, because we recently have seen and highlighted the red flag on some of these, because they show you bearish pattern, and they have already done massively, right? So you don't expect them to do another massive run from here. So make sure you don't enter into that stuff, and you kind of go into assets which have a lot of upside, or at least medium upside, which will follow the average price fluctuation of this market, right? You need a bounce. You don't need that to go down. Now, if it's already at the third wave, you're like, okay, I may not enter that one, right? So to know that, you can look at the Patreon. The link is given in the description below, which is going to serve you well, because this is the starting of the month here. Follow that in your time zone. When you're in April, enter that one. It's going to help you, if you want to, in wave 2, because wave 2 is the biggest wave in any market cycle. And here, you don't want to miss that in crypto, because understand this. One step you should keep in your mind is life is never easy, and it will never be easy. And on the other side, investing was never meant to be easy. It's super hard. And if you are an investor, your life is both. That's too much. And if you want support, that's, you don't have to be shy for that. That is the common stuff. That's one of the reasons why people who make money do take education on a regular basis. They learn a lot of stuff on a regular basis. They're not shy about that. They spend time learning these. So falling wedge, okay, 65%, it's going to break to the upside. It's breaking. Now you expect a retest. But you keep in mind, if it's going through one of the resistance, that resistance level will become the next support. So we kind of give you all those narrative there, so you don't have to, literally spend through the 100 coins. It's really hard. So now, if you are looking at all this and you're like, okay, what does it actually mean for my XRP? Yeah, same stuff. You didn't actually run too much. You had a breakout, but that breakout was within the range of your standard deviation here. So we can say, okay, we are still in that range. But one of the bullish scenario here is you come down into the moving average. That's a 50-day moving average on a daily, which is bullish, plus this trend line, and then you bounce. Now that is a good scenario, because if you can bounce through this previous support, this previous resistance zone, which would be 1.3, then after that you won't be coming back here to retest. Your retest would be here. When you reach 1.5, 1.6, you come back to 1.3 to retest and then bounce. Now once you're doing all this, the market is going to go crazy, because at that level you are near the all-time highs of this cycle, right? The all-time highs for XRP is 3.8, and you are looking for that to be reached after the next bounce. Now the market will bounce surely, and if you are here till that time, because patience is super hard, right? Patience is super hard. Once you understand, like, okay, there is a possibility of this bounce, you are now looking for the negative scenario. And the negative scenario with the current SEC case is not that small. Negative here is not about the asset. It's about the timing, because you are getting a double top possibility here. Now, why do I say that? Because this top and this top in the RSI shows you a divergence there, which is not that good. So if you are highlighting that one, okay, fine. Even if you're following this, you're about to break to the downside. So you're like, okay, if we don't bounce and break through this range soon, we may actually come back to 0.6, 0.67, which again is not a great scenario. Why? Because your support range is here and you want that to hold. Now, one of the positive stuff for the same correction would be like this. Say you have this pattern here, which looks like a rounded bottom. So if you actually happen to come down in a corrective way like this, you may get a cup and handle pattern before you break to the upside. That's bullish. Now, as of now, if you look at all these coins, most of them are showing you a cup and handle pattern. So if it breaks to the upside, that's bullish. Now, keep this in mind. Going heavy on XRP, you need to look at this. You should have time on your side, because if you don't, the macro scenario is going to hurt you. Guys, if you're receiving value for your time, please do hit that like and subscribe button, because some of them forget to do that. So now, when you're in this market and you're looking at XRP, you do understand XRP follow the market. Fine, it's not like it's going to go higher without the market doing its stuff. And we all understand this particular stuff, right? We've talked about this many times over and over again, so that you are not missing. We have a resistance which is sky high. We have the cycle working in our favor if time is your friend. Because if you are looking at this one and asking, okay, what do you really mean by that? Look at the macro scenario. This is where you are. There is no doubt in this. Now, you buy at the bottom, not at the top. So I don't think you have any doubt whether we are close to the top or the bottom. For me, we are close to the bottom. For me, we are doing this particular pattern of rounded bottom, testing the resistance and bouncing. So right now, yes, the market is showing you a possibility of a rounded bottom and a bounce close to the support. If that happens to be the wave 2, you don't really want to miss that, because say if you missed this one, that's 8x, fine. But if you missed this one, that was 300x. Similarly, here, if you miss the actual run up, first one, that's like 30x, and next one is going to be 200. Now, that's taking the bottom from here. If you anticipate the wave 1, that was 14x, and you're looking for 200x. That's actually a big deal. Even if you are able to absorb 50x from that, it is going to elongate your portfolio, balloon it in wave 2. So if you are trying to get into that, look for the Patreon, where the Scientific Investor family get the information about how to make money and what to do, what not to do, because this kind of gives you an idea a little bit more in the market a little early. Now, I'm always early. Whether it's the profit taking, say the price is going to $12, I call it 8. But you started from 0.5, that's a huge run. You can start taking your profits. We have our exit strategy, right? No one is going to be a perfect timer of the market, and I'm one of the worst. Understand that for short-term scenarios. medium to long term, we do tend to have our targets on a well calculated basis so we get our profits. So guys, I'll meet you on the next video. Bye for now.